for ways to simplify your paper crafting and still have professional results?
In this video, we are going to review two amazing products. One is well known and the other is up and coming. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video. We have something very special up our sleeves for you today.
Hi, this is Colleen
And this is Carrie.
with Scissors to Paper Crafting, where we give you tips, tricks, and strategies that make creating fun, simple, and easy to follow.
We are completely excited about a new product that we found. I have not seen a video on these yet, so Colleen and I figured we might as well go ahead and do one.
Here it is. I'm sure some of you've seen cutter bees.
Well, Beaditive has their own version of Perscision scissors that I personally fell in love with the first time that I used them.
The cutter bees are 5 inches long, made of stainless steel, and pretty much they have the same color as the Beaditives.
They do almost the same pattern. Beaditives have like these two little lines, and Cutter Bees has what, boxes or something on them.
Yeah.
Cutter Bees has their like little logo and everything on it. Beaditive put the logo on the actual scissors themselves.
And Beaditives are more black than where cutter bees are more yellow.
They're both made of stainless steel. They both cut paper, vellum, photo paper, what else? Acetate, like anything.
Cardstock,
Yeah, like that.
fabric,
Yeah, heavy cardstock.
gardening.
Yeah, herbs. People use them for herbs. So there's a lot of different reasons that people buy these that aren't just for card makers. They have short precision blades. They are right or left-handed, but anyway, they both have the micro tip blades. They're easy to maneuver. The protective covers are very durable. They're very thick.
I'm glad they have a protective
Yeah,
cover
me
because they
too.
are very sharp.
They really are. And whenever we go anywhere that we need a pair of scissors with, like a craft show, or if, we're doing whatever, we're running over to a friend to do fabric swatches or something like that, having them with you just makes life so much easier because you know how well they're going to work. They won't like poke through your purse or anything. These caps stay on them. I mean, they do stay on them pretty good. It's not like you have to yank them off. It's not that bad, but they're not going anywhere. Like, I can shake these, she can shake those. They're absolutely not gonna go anywhere. They are corrosion resistant.
Yes.
They are TSA compliant. However, if sometimes the TSA agents are like, "Oh no, you can't take them." And then they confiscate them. So, I mean, that's just something that could happen if you try to take them into an airport or something like that. Both handles are anti-slip, and the metal to the scissors actually they extend all the way up into the finger things of both pair. So they're sturdy. They're not gonna break easily. They're not going to come apart or pull out of the thing. They're very, very, very strong. And I believe the cutter bees are the same. Call uses the cutter bees a lot more than I do. I actually started with cutter bees, and when I found them, we just fell in love with them. I mean, they just changed fussy cutting for us forever. And then I came across these guys. I don't know what made me pick them up, but I think it's just because it's in my nature to try something different, try something new. But I'm really glad that I did. I really am. And we're going to get into that in a moment. But right now, let's talk about the differences that the cutter bees have from the beaditives.
Well, the cutter bees weigh 1.06 ounces and came out in October of 2006. They're listed in Amazon for the craft scissors at number 58, which is pretty high on the list.
That is pretty high. Amazon does keep track of different categories of items that are purchased through them. They'll have, like, you'll see on there item number 4,000 and something. Like I have never seen one under 200 until the Cutter Bees. I've never seen one that high on the list. Have you ever seen anything that high on the
No,
list?
I
Yeah.
haven't.
And I shop Amazon a lot. We love Amazon.
The other thing about Amazon with the Cutter Bees is that they go on sale a lot for like
They
$8.49.
do.
So if they're not on sale this week, hold them in your cart for a week or two, and chances are they'll be on sale again. They're made in China, have the fewest returns of all scissors. They come in titanium as well as steel.
Oh yeah, we have the titanium ones over here. They're different. They have a gray handle. And they have the black on the scissor itself. And you can really see their little precision tip that they did on these. I mean, I've discovered that these aren't as sharp as the regular Cutter Bees. I don't know if it's from that titanium coating, but I've seen reviews on that too, where people have actually said the same thing. So just, for your FYI there.
The handles are made for small hand finger holes. So the width is 3/4 length.
They're right. That's coming off a website. So let's make sure they're right. You got a ruler over there, Carl?
Got a ruler.
Okay. So they're saying that
The width of the hole?
of the hole is 3/4 of an
The
inch.
length.
I'm actually going to do it on my mat so you guys can see better. Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, they are. What are you getting over there? 3/4 of an inch width
Oh,
on the inside of the hole.
okay.
What'd you get?
Yeah, I'm getting 3/4.
Yeah, 3/4 on the widest part inside here. Gets narrower as you go along. And then they're saying that the length is 1
And
1/8.
yeah, it looks about right.
Yeah. Okay. So this I just wanted to check. I wouldn't want to give misinformation. Cutter Bees also have that the blunter tip. So let's talk about the differences of the Beaditives. I'm going to open up the Cutter Bees and just kind of leave them lay here on the table. The Beaditives weigh about 1.4 ounces.
So they're a little heavier.
They're a little heavier. I actually thought they were lighter, but they are a little heavier. They're made in Taiwan. And these guys are number 154 on Amazon's list of craft scissors.
That's not bad either.
It's not. And when I checked it this morning, it was actually like 148. So they're climbing. That's why I'm saying these guys are, they're up and coming. I absolutely love them. I was converted instantly. The blades are sharper, especially at the ends from the Cutter Bees, in my opinion. And just from my experience, they're much sharper. And the ends of the Beaditives, they have this polished thing to them. They polish and sharpen them before they send them out. And each one of them are hand inspected. Now they can do that because they're a small company, where Cutter Bees is huge. So they're probably not going to be able to hand inspect all their products. And with a lot of things nowadays, you don't expect that anyway. So it's just something a little extra that a small family business can do for you. They are, their finger holes are just a tad wider than the Cutter Bees. So these guys,
which helps with those people with big fingers.
I have a hard time with the Cutter Bees. I love them. I wouldn't fussy cut before I got anyone to do it. My husband started doing it for me. Then Penelope, another gal that used to craft with us, she would do it. Then Colleen started coming around and we had her doing it. I hated doing it. But of course we were using 9-inch scissors back then.
It definitely wasn't fussy cutting scissors. Definitely wasn't fussy.
Yeah, it took a little while. But with one of the things that happened to me with the Cutter Bees personally is I don't have a whole lot of room, especially for my thumb. Like these are they get caught on my knuckle. These are really made for someone with slender fingers. If you have slender fingers, small hands, what did you say?
Like mine.
Like yours? If you have slender fingers, small hands, these are going to be great. They're going to fit, perfectly into your hands. But if you're someone like me, I don't have the long slender. I have the short stocky, unfortunately. So anyway, the Beaditives, they fit my hand better. I mean, look at the room that I have in here. I mean, I can, they don't get caught on anything. So, I mean, that's an up for me. Colleen, it doesn't matter. She goes back and forth between the Cutter Bees and the Beaditives all the time. So, they're not limited like the Cutter Bees are to tiny little fingers.
No.
These are not nonstick scissors. They don't advertise to be nonstick scissors. They are not nonstick scissors. These guys are advertised as nonstick scissors. And we're going to show you something today that we discovered about the Cutter Bees and foam tape. We'll show you that in a little bit. The pivot screw in the Beaditives is much higher than the one in the Cutter Bees. They're like so much higher. So the advantage of that is when it goes into the little sleeve, it really clicks. You can really hear that click. And the Cutter Bees, though they stay on, not saying that there's a problem with it, just saying it's different. These guys don't go anywhere either, but they come out a lot easier than the Beaditives. Let's do a couple of tests. So Cutter Bees are supposed to be nonstick. Carl, do you want to use the yellow and black ones? And I'll use the titanium ones because they actually advertise that the titanium ones have a non-stick coating. That's what this black stuff is. So we're going to cut some foam squares. Everyone does this. Everyone does. They get a foam square and it's too big for whatever it is that they're doing. So they're going to pull it out and they're going to cut it. And you're promised that these guys are nonstick. So let's see. So I'm going to I'm not going to do anything fancy or rub it or anything. We're just going to cut the foam squares a couple of times because this stuff happens. And I can tell you that they're not nonstick. It's not a lot that sticks to them, but it's enough right there. It is enough that if you go to use the scissors immediately, which I have done, and you don't notice the sticky stuff that's on them and you don't get that off, it's going to transfer to your card. It's going to transfer to a die cut. It's going to transfer to your ink blends. So I would definitely say not to use these guys to cut paper and foam squares or anything sticky.
Not unless you clean them first.
Yeah, I got hurt doing that.
Yeah, be careful cleaning them.
Yes, I had accidentally cut, because I cut the foam squares with these, the ones I have in my hand, but I had accidentally grabbed my Beaditives. It was like 3 days after I got them, and I cut a foam square and it stuck to them, like more so than the Cutter Bees because they don't have any kind of protective nonstick coating on them. And I do believe Cutter Bees do because of how much was left behind on the Beaditives. So I'm not going to do it because it was horrible. So I just took my finger and I ran it down trying to scrape the sticky off. And I cut my finger so bad that thing bled for like 3 days. I probably should have went and got stitches instead of throwing some butterflies on it and Band-Aids, but it finally healed. Let's put these guys to the test.
I gotcha.
Feel like doing some fussy cutting?
We'll do some fussy cutting.
How about we start with something simple like a sentiment?
Okay.
Okay, you did these thinking of you once. I'm going to use the Beaditives.
I'll use the Cutter Bees.
Okay. I'm going to put this ruler away.
Because my finger's cut. My finger's in there.
Be quiet. Don't start with me about my fingers. My finger, she's tall. She's like 6 inches taller than me. I'm short and she's tall and her hands are smaller and slender and I get crap for it all the time. But the way I do it is I move the paper and I kind of keep the same tension on the scissor as I turn the blades. I noticed the other day, because when you're ready to make a video, you notice all kinds of things. I noticed the other day that I hold the scissors almost on an angle. Now, I know that there is a trick for that with the serrated ones that you can get. Like Tim Holtz has some, and there's other ones out there. You could actually, if you hold them, one of the blades will have the serrated edge and the other one won't. So if you hold them on an angle, you can get a really smooth cut with them. So little tip there.
I'll have to try that sometime.
Yeah, I slide through these. I mean, if you had seen me before trying to fussy cut, I could not do it. So there you are. Nice little round right around the letters. Just so pretty. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to attach it to, let's do something stiff. I'll wait for my partner over there.
Yeah, your
But I'm going
partner's
to
a
do,
slower cutter.
it's all right. I'm going to do, I think, the glitter. I think we should probably try the glitter paper next. This stuff is so thick. It's not sticky backed or anything like that. It's just really thick. I don't know the weight of it, unfortunately, because I grabbed it out of our bin, which is just full of scraps. So I'm not sure of the weight of it. But yeah, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to take this guy, grab my art glitter glue, which will be another versus video that we do at some point. I like art glitter glue. And Colleen goes back and forth. She likes different craft products. I think she gets bored.
I do.
I think you get bored or something. I think it has to have a
I'm
different color.
experimental.
You're experimental. Is that it?
I like to experiment.
I think I like to experiment, but I don't go. I get used to a product. I got way too much glue on there. I get used to a product, I think, and I just stick with it. I don't want to say loyal because that's not it. If there's something wrong with it or they go and change it and I don't like the change, I'll definitely switch. So I wouldn't, loyal isn't the word that I would put to that.
I'd like to challenge myself. See which one I can do better.
Nothing
And
wrong
then
with
go
that.
back and try and do it again.
Nothing wrong with that. Look at this. These guys just glide right through this. It's not even hard. There's not even any difficulty to it at all. They just went right through it. How'd the cutter bees do?
I think the cutter bees are doing fantastic.
So they just went right through it as well?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of similarity to these guys. I'm curious, leave it in the comments. What kind of precision shears do you use? I'll try them out. I'll grab a pair and try them out and see.
I'll be more than happy to try them out.
Yeah. Maybe we'll find one that we even like more. I just know that cutter bees are very, very, very popular. But I thought they were the only thing out there besides like the Westcotts or the Cricut has a set. We actually have the Cricut ones and I have the Westcotts, but I use the Westcotts for fabric. They do pretty well with cutting little pieces of fabric, but they're pretty heavy and the blades are pretty thick on them. So I wouldn't consider them precision scissors, not like these guys are anyway. These guys are like next level precision.
That looks pretty good.
It does. I mean, it turns out really pretty. They cut really well. I did not have any struggle in these guys at all. So the next thing that we're going to cut, how about we switch off, Colleen, and
Okay.
I will shove my chubby fingers into the
Your
cutter
chubby
bees.
fingers?
My chubby fingers. What do you want to cut next?
How about the vellum?
Okay. The vellum. This is one of the things they say they cut. Good. She's going to go easy on me. Just going to cut a circle or a shape. My circles
Sure.
probably won't be that good, but just going to cut
Let's cut a circle.
cut a little circle. You'll see how craft challenged I can be at times. This and math. Free cutting without lines and math are two things I do not like to do. I'm not going to get a circle out of this. Now it's more like an egg. I made an Easter egg. But I had, again, there was absolutely no problem. And it doesn't, even after cutting on this, you would think that it might dull the blade because of all the little glitter and stuff on it. They cut the vellum fine.
I made an Easter egg too.
I've got no like fraying ridges or anything. They did a really great job.
Yeah.
Let's try oh, I got an indent from those right there. Look at that. Let's try what is this stuff? Acetate. Let's try acetate. But I need something to cut. I can't just cut acetate. I've got to have a shape. I got to draw something. I want to draw something on it. like a little heart or something.
Is that what we're doing? Is a heart?
Yeah, I'll draw a heart. Why not? I can't draw either. Doing all my weaknesses out here now. That's why we have cutting dies and stamps and all that good stuff. Oh, wow. These guys do. I'm still using the cutter bees, even though
They left marks.
I'm being tortured. Even though I'm being tortured by my crafting bestie over there.
That's okay.
I can't wait to tell him about the giveaway. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome.
All right. Mine's not the best heart, but you know.
Mine's not either, but I'll tell you what, they did a decent job, but I'm done with the cutter bees. Seriously, they are painful. I didn't care before because I could fussy cut, so it didn't matter. But here's my little heart.
There's my heart.
I did a little baby heart.
Oops.
All right, let's get into something fun. One more fussy cut, and then we'll get to the giveaway.
Okay.
I'm going back to
I'll go back to the cutter bees.
Beaditives, and let's do a flower. Let's do a really good fussy cut on a flower. My scissors are not even affected by all that stuff that we just cut. I'm so impressed. So impressed. How I don't think they affected the cutter bees either.
No, they haven't.
Yeah. We've had these a while. We did not want to do a review on something until we've had it for at least a few months. So we have had these guys for what, about 3.5, 4 months?
I think so.
The
yeah.
Beaditives. We had the cutter bees a lot longer than that.
Yeah, the cutter bees are almost a year now, right?
Yeah. It's been about that long since I got them. Before I was using the Cricut ones, but I was doing a lot of vinyl crafts and t-shirts and stuff like that back then. Not a whole lot of cards, but I'll tell you, after making my very first card and then doing a folio, I don't think I have made a t-shirt since.
No, but we have to.
Yes, we do. Oh wait, no, that's not true. I did them for the gal that has the ice cream stand. I did. How many did we do? We did, I think, like 7 of them. Yeah, but that was it. That's been it in like, it's been a while.
Yeah,
I'm almost ashamed to say how long it's been. Well, we did the Makers Challenge with, Makers Gonna Learn. We did do that. That was a lot of fun. It really was. I like Tanner. He's funny. Okay. There's my flower. I don't usually cut right up to the flower. I usually leave like a little.
There's my flower.
A little ridge on it. Oh, look how pretty. She cuts all the way up to the flower. We're so different. It's so cool. It is so cool to have somebody that, you know, you're crafting with that's not doing the same exact thing you're doing, that they have like their own way. That's one of the things that I like about my ministry partner. Jeez, I'm sorry. So how long have you been crafting?
So... probably about.
Well, it started in the Stone Age.
Well, my grandma taught me how to crochet.
Okay. How old were you?
Grade school.
I learned young as well. It's the only way, you know, it's the only thing to do in Vermont. I'm from Vermont, a small town in Vermont. It's like really the only thing to do. So I learned at a young age as well.
And then when the kids started going to school and they had project like science fair and Catholic Schools Week and stuff like that, we went and had to do projects. So
like the, let me see,
the ones on poster boards and everything.
Did you ever? I think everybody did, but I'm going to ask anyway. Did you ever make with your kids that volcano project?
No, we did planets.
How did you get away with that?
Because we went to Catholic school.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then, mine went to public school.
Then when they hit public school, they were making different things. Like my son had this, I think it was an owl project for like a state that he was doing. He had a certain state and did a bird.
Right.
Another one was a China book.
Oh,
a book on China. Pretty. And it had to have 5 facts that were in there.
Yeah.
So that was a cool book to do. Like it was a scrapbook type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter had some good projects also. she did book reports.
Okay.
She had some book reports that she did. I think hers was a game that she had to make up for a book report,
Right.
which I thought that was a cool idea.
That is a cool idea. Yay, she did it.
Yay!
Oh, it looks so cute. Okay, so we are going to be giving away
a set of Cutter Bees
and a set of Beaditives. So if you would like either one of these, just put it in the comments. The 18th of July, we are going to choose 2 random people, and they're not going to be the same person. Once you win, if you win one pair, you're out of the drawing. Sorry, you can't have both. And leave in the comments what you're using, because we really do want to know. I mean, we really do. If it's a pair of scissors I've never tried, I'm gonna run.
Oh
out and get
yeah,
'em.
yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna run out and get them. But it's been a lot of fun. Always is a lot of fun with you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate you, and keep crafting.
Can't wait to see you next time.
See you Tuesday.